every single day and never have to replace it. Never have to replace it. Oh man, actually, I wanted to bring up, I did a service call today and the lady had 55-year-old steak knives with a full tang and 3 rivets on it. Not steak knives, table knives. Table knives. And I was like, you know, I can give you brand new ones. I gave her my white ones and took those. She was like, yeah, awesome. And she was like, I had these for, you know, forever. So, but it's always important to start high. Sorry, I got the wrong pipe there. It's always important for you guys to start high on your presentations, right? So for those of you that are new, you learned, you know, to start from the homemaker set and then just drop down from there. However, the higher you start, the higher you guys will end. If you guys remember from training, right, we always teach you that customers will say no 4 to 5 times before they actually say yes, right? So a couple of keys to dropping down for you. Go ahead and jot this down for sure, right? A couple of things to understand. Number one, when people say no, they're saying no to the information you provided them with. Okay, when people say no, they're saying no to the information you provided them with. Right? And some of you guys have been, you know, to team meetings several times already, and a lot of times you already know what, you know, the person is going to be talking about. And it's always good to actually take notes on how people, you know, present the different ideas. So for somebody like yourself, Elliot, you know, some of the things that I'm going to be teaching, most of the stuff, as a matter of fact, you already know. So take notes on, for example, like how Randy runs his team meetings. You know, what does he promote? So because one day you're going to be running a branch office, my man, and I'm excited for that. You know, so taking notes on that. But to continue on, once again, when people say no, they're saying no to the information that you provided them with. So never take it personally. I feel like a lot of times when customers say no, a lot of people, they take it personally. They're like, oh man, I didn't do a good job, you know, they don't want to get the homemaker, right? However, whenever you're saying no, the only thing that they're saying no to is the information to the homemaker that you provided them with. Does that make sense, guys? Right? That's it. That's all they're saying no to. They're not saying no to you as an individual. They're not saying no to Cutco. You know, they're just saying they're not really comfortable with the information that you provided them with, right? Whether you're starting off at a homemaker, whether you're starting off at an ultimate, or at a Cutco kitchen with an ultimate, you know, cookware and flatware. Regardless of what you start off with, it's always important to start high and then drop down very slow. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I have a very high average order. So because I understand the concept that when people say no, they're saying no to what?
The information you give them.
Yeah, the information that you provided them with, right? And by the way, for those of you that have been to advanced training, that have learned about the secret weapon. How many of you know about the secret weapon? Yeah? Nice, okay. Use the secret weapon. I know, I want to say about 5 or 6 different deals just on the homemaker, right? I'm going to give them to you guys. First one, you guys might know of the kitchen system. Who knows the kitchen system, right? Some of you might not. For those of you that don't know what the kitchen system is, you'll learn at SC2 for sure. All right, the kitchen system is the homemaker plus 8, the kitchen tools, and the super shears sold together. That's the first option. Let's say I would start off with that. My second option, I would say, Ms. Jones, all right, we can do, you know, we can do the homemaker plus 8 with the kitchen tools and the super shears for free. No, still doesn't work. Still a little bit out of the budget. Okay, no problem. What about this? What if I gave you, you know, really good? What if I gave you a good amount of stuff for free? You know, you've been an awesome, you know, you've been a team player during the demonstration. What if I gave you the kitchen tools, Miss Jones, and the super shears for free? What do you think about that? Right? So, and it's all the emphasis is how you guys, you know, really present the offer that you're putting together. Right? So after that, Miss Jones, okay, so that one doesn't work, okay. Oh, completely forgot. And I do one of these all the time. I'm like, oh man, I completely forgot. Miss Jones, we have what's called a trade-in special. How many of you guys know of the trade-in special? All right, so you go from the homemaker plus 8 to, you know, the homemaker basic with the kitchen tools. It drops down the price a little bit more and you give them the super shears for free. Miss Jones, what do you think of this deal? No? That one still doesn't work? Right? Okay, what if we do the trade-in special and I'll give you the super shears for free? Right? So at this point, notice it's the trade-in special, you're giving them the 8 table knives for free and they're buying the kitchen tools. The next drop down that you're doing is you're giving them the trade-in special with the table knives for free and the super shears for free, right? However, that's maximizing your points a lot. Mathematically, you're still getting more CPO than if you would have dropped down to a galley plus 6, right? And the customer gets a lot more, and you are really hooking them up with a deal, right? By the way, numbers, yeah.
Oh, so you finish your thought.
Okay. By the way, with numbers, yeah. People are all about numbers. Write numbers down. Here's what I do. I write down the full price, the monthly payment options, and then the value of all the stuff that they're getting for free. That's very important for people to see, right? For example, the homemaker, homemaker plus 8, $244, and you give them the kitchen tools and the super shears for free. That's over $300 worth of free stuff, guys. That's a pretty awesome deal. When you put it that way, they're like, well, my down payment is less than the stuff that I'm getting for free. That's an awesome deal. Maybe I really should go with this, right? You have a thought on that?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say with the when you're doing trade-in specials, different way. Like I was like, oh, I completely forgot about the trade-in special. Yeah. I'll say, hey, Mrs. Jones, ask you a question. These knives you have right here. If you went to a garage sale, how much do you think you can get for them? $20? Cool. If I was
her knives. He's pointing at like her knives, right?
Yeah, the junk knives, right? Cool. What if I were to tell you that we can get you a $200 discount on this set by trading in those knives?
Nice. Yeah, it's all about the setup, guys. It's the questions and the setup that you can do. So another thing that I wanted to mention, key to dropping down is you have to drop down slow. Always go slow. Drop down very slow. If you can, drop down by like $50. Literally, drop down by like $50, $50 to $150. Go very slow dropping down, right? And I'm one of the best at this as far as like putting different custom sets together and whatnot, so as well. Also, jot this down, 3 reasons as to why people say no, right? 3 reasons why people say no. Price, pieces, better deal. Price, pieces, better deal. Understand the fact that those are the only 3 reasons as to why people say no. Okay? It's not the fact that they don't love the product, because everyone loves the product, right? Number 1, Miss Jones, question number 1, as soon as you ask them for the order, Miss Jones, is it a price or a pieces thing? Right? At this way, what you're doing is you're solidifying the objection, right? So you can go around that objection. Is it a price or a pieces thing, right? Price, okay, is it too much for knives or too much for the budget? Who knows what the difference between the two is? Go for it.
Too much for the knives means you didn't build enough value, or they don't see the problem with it. They don't see the value in the knives.
Yeah, they just don't see the value in the knives, right? At this point, guys, you can either try to go back and re-explain the forever guarantee, or literally just try to do a better job on your next presentation of building the value. Because if the value is not there, I'll put it to you guys kind of like in the graph form, right? If this is the price and this is the value, it doesn't matter how far you drop down the price, the value is still not there. Whether it's the ultimate set, the galley set, or one piece. It's just too expensive for knives. Make sense? So it's up to you. It's important from the beginning of the presentation to really build that value. Right, Danielle, do you remember the value building phrase?
Oh man.
I've kind of put you on the spot.
Yeah,
Expensive but worth it.
Yeah, expensive.
Expensive but worth it, guys. Literally from the beginning. Right, from the beginning, from when you're sharing your goals. Miss Jones, Cutco is far too expensive to buy just to be nice, but I'm going to show you why over 17 million satisfied customers have it, and why Cutco's in the White House. Right, I'm going to show you a reason for that.
In the
right,
White House?
So Cutco's in the White House.
I didn't know.
Little
that.
fun fact for you. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
U.S. made product.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yep. I share that on the company section all the time. So it's pretty awesome. Kanye West owns Cutco too. Right, just so you guys know, it's pretty awesome. He used to sell Cutco too. Kanye West owns, and he used to sell Cutco.
What?
Is that Kim?
So did Daniel Tosh.
Yep.
He used to sell
One more
Cutco.
time.
Cutco's been used in hospitals too before.
Yeah, in hospitals as well. So
You mean
for
Kim's
sure.
gonna use it, Cutco?
Yeah,
but he
it's
was
pretty
such a-
awesome stuff, guys. So the three
Mhm.
reasons. Here's what I want to help you guys understand. The three reasons as to why people say no. Right, dropping down is all about mentality. It's a mental game. Because whatever objections that they give you, you feed into it. Do not feed into it. What are the three reasons why people say no?
Price, features, and better deal.
That's it. That's the only reasons why people say no.
What
Right,
did
it's
you
either-
say
Mhm.
after you said, first question after asking for the order?
Is it a price or a pieces thing?
Okay.
Second question, most of the time it's going to be prices. Right? Second question, okay, is it too much for knives or too much for the budget? Right? Most of the time, if you're doing a good job of building the value, it's going to be the budget. Right? The budget. Okay? Here's an awesome question, and it's question number 3 for those of you taking notes. Miss Jones, so you love Cutco, you use Cutco, it's just out of the budget. Right?
Okay.
Miss Jones, you'll love Cutco, you'll use Cutco, it's just out of the budget, right? So they're saying yes to loving it, they'll say yes to using Cutco, right? And they're saying yes that the problem here is the budget, right? The problem is the budget. So another thing for you guys to jot down, for those of you that went to, division, what was it? Division meeting, I believe, yes.
Last one was
Jot this down, the definition of customer service. Definition of customer service. I'm going to help you guys shape your mentality right now. Okay. Definition of customer service is to find a solution to the customer's problem.
Definition of customer.
service.
Customer service is to
Okay.
find a solution to the customer's problem. Regardless of where you work, guys, right? Whatever the problem is, your job as a customer service representative is to find a solution to that problem. Okay? So let me kind of bring this full circle for you guys, all right? So if the customer says that they love Cutco, they'll use Cutco, it's just out of their budget. What's the problem here? What's the problem? The starts with a B.
5 months.
One more time, nice and loud.
Budget?
Budget.
Oh,
The
budget.
problem is the budget. That means that whatever the price you quoted them is out of their budget. So your job as a customer service representative is to do what?
Find something that.
Find a solution to the customer's budget. You guys see how this works?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you stand up and you leave that house, you're leaving them with a bigger problem than before you walked into that house. You guys see how that works? So as customer service representatives, your job is to find a solution to the customer's problem. It's not the fact that they don't like you, it's not the fact that they don't like Cutco, or they're not going to use it. The problem simply is the budget, right? So that's how you work around that, right? And I want to give you guys some a phrase on how to be pleasantly persistent versus being overly pushy, right? This is definitely worthy of jotting down, right? Miss Jones, I wouldn't be a good blank if I didn't blank. You guys can use this literally on anything. Right? Miss Jones, I wouldn't be a good blank if I didn't blank. Let me give you guys an example. Ready? Cody, I wouldn't be a good blank.
If I didn't blank.
Yep, if I didn't blank. And fill those blanks in with literally anything. Ready? I wouldn't be a good customer service representative if I didn't show you all of your options.
Easiest way to drop down.
Alright? I wouldn't be a good customer service representative, Miss Jones, if I didn't at least show you all of your options. Right? Let's say you have like boyfriend or girlfriend complaining that you're spending too much time at work. Right? Or parents complaining, they're like, what are you doing at the office, past 10 o'clock, right? So, to the girlfriend, you're like, hey babe, I wouldn't be a good boyfriend if I didn't work really, really hard right now to take you on a vacation later. Money line, right? Mom, Dad, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be a good son or daughter if, if I didn't work really hard right now, so I could become independent and, start living on my own. Money, right? So you guys can literally fill those blanks literally with anything, right? Miss Jones, I wouldn't be a good customer service representative if I didn't show you all of your options, right? It's a great phrase to say. So if customers are like, well, no, this and that, and they're just kind of hesitant on things like that, Miss Jones, I wouldn't be a good customer service representative if I didn't show you all of your options, right? So that's covering price. What are the 3 reasons why people say no?
Pieces.
Price, pieces, better deal.
Better deal. Price, pieces, better deal, right? Pieces, here's how you cover pieces, right? With pieces, it's either too little or too many, okay? The reason why a lot of times it's too many pieces is because they don't understand what all of them are used for, okay? All right, so it's important that whenever you guys are building rapport, you're asking rapport building questions. As a Cutco or as a kitchen consultant, because you guys are kitchen consultants, as a kitchen consultant, you want to ask questions to make your customer's lifestyle that much better, right? Miss Jones, tell me about your lifestyle in the kitchen, right? Miss Jones, what do you hate the most in the kitchen? Create that problem, all right? What do you hate the most in the kitchen? Going too fast?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry.
I gotta get off. I need to record you.
All right, we have the recording going on.
You do?
Yep, right there.
Also on YouTube.
Perfect.
Oh,
morning.
great. Wonderful.
Awesome, but I'll repeat a couple of things,
Okay.
right? So a couple of things, a couple of questions that you want to ask here. I'll give you a general idea. Ready? A couple of questions that you want to ask are problematic questions in the kitchen and things that they really enjoy cooking. So it's like literally the polar opposites, right? So ask questions with a purpose behind it, right? Miss Jones, what is the most frustrating thing in the kitchen? What do you hate the most in the kitchen? Most of the time, ladies and gents,
It's so nice.
it's cleaning and sanitation. Perfect. They're dishwasher safe, right? I hate cleaning, right? Perfect. Miss Jones, we have tools that will literally save you time. Our homemaker was put together by a group of home economists who put together a set to get, all the jobs done as efficiently as possible, right? And you guys show them how each tool is necessary in the homemaker set. Does that make sense? Right? So know your names and uses, that's how you sell bigger sets, right? If somebody says, oh, I'm not really going to use this for, I'm not going to use a butcher knife, I'm not going to use a carving set, here's a couple of key phrases, right? Do you sometimes or ever? Do you sometimes or ever use this, this, and this? And they say, yeah, awesome, you're going to use the butcher knife, right? So that's how you handle pieces. To avoid that question, even though most of the time it's going to be price, but it's not going to be the pieces, right? To avoid the pieces objection, just know your names and uses. That's all, right? And objection number 3. What is the 3rd reasons why people say no?
Better deal.
Better deal. Check this out. Sometimes people will say no, or they'll give you like, oh, it's a budget, simply just to get a better deal out of you, right? We had, I believe we had Cameron on our team. Actually, he went to go see his grandmother, and Cameron calls me up. He goes, yeah, she loves the homemaker. She loves the homemaker plus A. She really wants to get it, and he says, oh, it's a little bit out of the budget. And I said, okay, here's a good question to ask, right? Is, okay, Miss Jones, do you prefer discount or more free stuff? And she got really excited about the more free stuff, right? She was like, wait, I can get more than the super shears, right? And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you can, right? You really can get more than just the super shears away for free on the homemaker, right? And then she's like, yeah, I would love, I'd love more free stuff. By the way, what stayed the same? The price stayed the same. The price was still $244, right? Over 5 months. So, and she wanted the super shears for free. And I said, Cameron, ask her real quick. Does she prefer a discount or does she like more free stuff? right? And she's like, Grandma, do you prefer a discount or more free stuff? Right? She's like, oh, more free stuff would be awesome. And I'm like, okay, would she like the kitchen tools and the super shears for free, or the entertainer pack and the super shears for free? Right? She was like, I think I'm gonna get a better value out of the kitchen tools. I want both of those for free. Right? So, and we went with that. By the way, what didn't change? The price. Right? So sometimes people will say no just to get a better deal out of you. Right? Just to get a better deal out of you. So those are the 3 reasons why people say no. You know, as you guys are dropping down, it's either price, pieces, or better deal. Better deal. And when customers say no, they're saying no to the information that you provided them with, right? So, and again, just to kind of bring everything full circle for you guys, the phrase that you want to use to, you know, be pleasantly persistent versus being overly pushy is, Miss Jones, I wouldn't be a good customer service representative if I didn't show you all of your options. Right? If I didn't show you all of your options. Right? Another one is, you know, Miss Jones, do you mind if I show you something that you like and that will fit into your budget? Right? Miss Jones, tell you what, let's find something that you like and that will fit into your budget. Okay? Once they agree to that question, or to that statement rather, it's more of a statement, right? Let's find something that you like and that will fit into your budget. If they're like, okay, sure, guess what? That's a sale. That's a sale. All you have to do at this point as a customer service representative is find something that they like and that fits into their budget. It's that simple. Right? So with my customers, I keep it simple. I don't overcomplicate things, because sales, guys, is all about finding the customer's comfort zone. Right? It's all about finding their comfort zone. Right? And again, it's not the fact that they don't like you. It's not the fact that they don't like the product or they're not going to use it. It's just one of those 3 reasons why people say no. Right? So anything else is a bunch of baloney. Right? Anything else is a bunch of baloney. I'm sure, you know, everyone has gone through training, and when the customer says, oh, I can't do it, really, right? Because if your fridge goes out tomorrow, you're not going to wait a couple of weeks, you know, to replace that fridge. It's going to be replaced, you know, within a couple of hours, latest the next day. Same thing with tires, right? If Dad's tires blow out, he's not going to wait a couple of weeks to replace those tires, right? Understand the fact, guys, that also, you know, customers don't save up money under their pillows waiting for the knife guy or girl to sell them some knives. However, there's a huge difference between, you know, it's too expensive and I can't afford it, right? There's a huge difference between that as well. So, huge difference there. So, for example, you know, Mitsubishi for $20,000 out in the parking lot, right? Kind of pricey. Porsche. Brand new Porsche, $20,000, right? Definitely worth it, right? Sold, right? Definitely worth it, but could the customer say that they can't afford it at the time? Sure they can, right? So, however, if the value is high enough, people will find the money. If there's a Porsche for $20,000 sitting outside, trust me, this guy over here is going to the bank and taking out a loan to get that brand new Porsche, right? Why? Because the value, guys, is there. The value is there. So another couple of key phrases for you guys to drop down is already in your manual. Again, I teach basic stuff. I teach basic stuff in my training, and that's why, you know, my kids, they drop down very slow and have a higher average order, right? So basic stuff. Miss Jones, homemaker doesn't work. Okay, no problem. Let me show you 2 smaller sets that a lot of people love, right? And then you drop down to the Galley Plus 6. Right, from the Galley Plus 6, you go to the Trading Galley. Right, from the Trading Galley, you go, instead of the table knives for free, you give them the super shears for free. You're still on the Galley, right? And at this point, you've dropped down like 6 to 7 times. You guys see the difference there? Right, it's kind of like that, the stepping stone there, right? Question?
Yeah, do you charge it first, you put a galley set and add the super shears?
Galley Plus 6.
So it's 834 plus 105?
Super shears for free, or I can give you the kitchen tools for free. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really, again, it's really up to you as far as like how you present it. Does it make sense? What I used to do is I used to do the kitchen system, which is a Homemaker Plus 8 kitchen tool, super shears, and the shears holster, by the way, too. You got to throw that one in there, right? All in one. That was our baby set. Then we have the signature set with the kitchen tools, because the super shears are already in the Siggy set, right? With the kitchen tools. By the way, all the kitchen tools are the 6-piece, not the 5-piece. 6-piece kitchen tools, right? So Siggy with the 6-piece kitchen tools, and then the complete set with the 6-piece kitchen tools. Does that make sense? And I give them like, I don't know, $150, $200, and then $400 for free on the complete set, right? Because I want to make the complete set sound more appealing, right? And from a signature set to a complete set, that's a $200 difference that they're getting worth of free stuff. They're more intrigued into going for a bigger set, right? And once they get that bigger set, they're going to use all those pieces, right? And they're going to love you for it and call you up and be like, Cody, you got to come over for dinner, man. I really appreciate those knives and sets, right? So really starting off big. One of my, also another good phrase for you guys to drop down, once again, it's already in the manual, is Miss Jones, let me show you some of our starter sets. These are sets that fit into everyone's budget. These are sets that fit into everyone's budget, right? Guys, I don't care who you see, $75 a month, a bum on the street can afford that. Understand that a bum on the street can afford $75 a week, or a month rather.
What do you say, let me show you?
Let me show you sets that fit into everyone's budget. It's also on the bottom of page 11.
Yeah.
Right? Let me show you sets, Miss Jones, that fit into everyone's budget. At this point, you're getting closer and closer to their comfort level, right? You're getting closer and closer to their comfort level. So, and you're fitting them into those categories, okay? So, and at this point, here's what I do. Randy, I'm not sure if you teach this, but once I get to the starter sets, I have them pick out 2. Right? At this point, I am so confident that they're going to get one of these starter sets, right? Or, worst case scenario, they're going to put together a custom set. I drill sets like it's nobody's business. I come in complimenting on sets of things, right? So coming in, Miss Jones, great set, you know, great living room, entertainment set, right? Great set of kids, great set of china, right? Great set of, I don't know, shoes, right? Something. So, what I want to teach you guys, so for example, whenever you get to the page 12, which is all of the starter sets, right, where the question where it says, which did you like better? Just switch it to where you're asking for 2 sets. Miss Jones, which 2 sets did you like best? Or in a better phrase that you can say,
Use the whiteboard.
that one? Okay.
It'll be easier to see.
Sure.
Go over there.
All right. Yeah. Which of these, out of all the starter sets, which 2 make the most sense? Okay. So Miss Jones, you like the Space Saver. Okay. What's another one that you really like? Right. The Studio. Right. And always assume that they like the table knives. Right. So Miss Jones, our Space Saver set is $5.19. Our Studio set is $4.99. You can do, I believe this is 107, right? And this is 103 over 5 months. And with both of these, I can do the shears for free. And I always underline it. Miss Jones, don't forget that's a $105 value that I'm giving you, giving you for free. So which one of these did you want to go ahead and go with? And you're confidently asking, which one of these did you want to go ahead and go with? Right? Assuming what? Assuming the fact that they're going to go with one of these. One of my examples that I actually use in training, guys, is I went to, there's a Coastland Center Mall in Naples, and I went to the mall to get some Chinese food. Right? And I walk up to the counter. Elliot, you remember this from training, right? I walk up to the counter and I'm looking at the menu, and this Chinese lady comes up to me and she's like, "Do you want rice or noodle?" Right? And immediately I started laughing. I was like, "You are a saleswoman," right? Because she didn't ask me if I was getting something. She said, "What do you want? Rice or noodles?" Make sense? So at this point, you're assuming the sale, guys. At this point, these are sets that fit into everyone's budget. You guys see that? Right? Everyone can afford $107 a month. That's not even a dinner for 4 at a good restaurant. You guys know that, right? If you go, if you do like 2 for $20 at Applebee's, maybe for a family of 4 can feed that. Make sense? Right? So everyone can afford the starter sets here. So it's important to show them 2 different options. And Ms. Jones, which one of these 2 did you want to go ahead and go with? Ask confidently, right? Understand the fact that everyone should own at least a set. At least a set. Okay? So what are the 3 reasons why people say no?
Price pieces, better deal.
Better deal, right? Price pieces, better deal. When people say no, they're saying no to what?
The lack of information. Or
The information that you provided them with, right? So never take it personally. Never take it personally, right? So, and as you're dropping down, Ms. Jones, let me at least show you all of your options, guys. Play around with the numbers. Play around with the numbers. I always tell my crew, I say, what you say on the appointment goes. What you say goes on the appointment, right? If you say, Ms. Jones, you can do, if you want, you can do the Cutco kitchen, and I'll see if I can call my manager so we can get you some free barbecue tools with that, right? You're talking about a $4,000 order, and you're giving them barbecue tools for free. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew, free stuff, optional. You don't have to give them free stuff, right? It's called bonus for a reason, and use your bonus points, right? Use your bonus points towards your advantage, right? So if somebody, for example, if somebody gets the signature set and they got the super shears for free, and they really wanted those kitchen tools, Miss Jones, if you can give me 40 recommendations, I'll throw in those kitchen tools for free for you, right? That's only with, obviously with orders and high orders as well. Make sense? So, having that option and showing them the numbers really just makes sense for people, okay? And another tip that I'll give you guys on custom sets. Always get anywhere between 5 to 7 pieces, right? 5 to 7 pieces. Also jot this down. Aim for a minimum of $300. Aim for a minimum of $300. Why is that?
5 payments.
5 payments. You can split it up.